My dear students, in the previous video, we were discussed fundamentals of organic chemistry. So in that, we have completed some of the aspects, that is types of bond breaking and for product obtained after bond cleavage, that is electrophile, nucleophile and free radicals. These are the concepts we discussed in the previous class. So in this video, I am going to continuing the chapter fundamentals of organic chemistry. In this video, I am going to discuss another important basic concept which is essentially required in order to understand the organic reactions. That is the various organic reaction, that is electron movement, which is influenced by these electron displacement effect. And with the help of this effect, we can write the reaction, we can predict the product, and it is helpful to write the mechanism of the reaction, and we can also predict or identify, study the stability, acidity, basicity of an organic compound by using these effects. So based on the mode of electron displacing from one atom to another atom, so we are classifying these effects into four different types. They are inductive effect, electromeric effect, resonance effect and hyperconjugation. So now let us see one by one. Now let us see inductive effect. Dear student, as name itself indicate, inductive, that means something which is induced in a molecule. So before going to that, let us see this, take this example of chloroethane. Okay, in this chloroethane, dear student, one more important thing, if you want to understand this electron displacement effect, you people should know something about electronegativity. So that's why before going to see this video, if you know, just go through the electronegativity, which you already studied in +1 and +2 level, because it is very essential in order to understand this electron displacement effect. And this electron displacement takes place purely based on the electronegativity concept. That's why it is very essential. There you must know electronegativity of the atoms which are located in various parts of the periodic table. Okay. So let us consider this example of ethyl chloride or chloroethane, we can say. In this, so this is a covalent molecule. Okay, there are two covalent bonds. One is polar covalent bond and non-polar covalent bond. For example, you take the bond between two chloro. Okay, so the bond in chlorine molecule. Okay, so ClCl. Okay, Cl2 is a covalent molecule. So this is Cl bond Cl. So this is non-polar covalent bond. Why? Because so both chlorine have same affinity towards electron. That's why the bonding electron neither move towards left side nor move towards right side. So because of that, so there is no movement of electron takes place in this molecule. That's why it is not polar. That's why it is called as non-polar covalent bond. If you consider another molecule, that is bond between carbon and chlorine. Here carbon is less electronegative compared to chlorine. As a result, electron densities move towards chlorine. So because of, and this is called as non-polar covalent bond. So sorry, this is a polar covalent bond because polarity, positive and negative charge which is arises in a molecule, that system is called as polar system or polar molecule. So this is non-polar covalent bond and this is polar covalent bond due to electronegativity difference. It's very simple. If the electronegativity of two bonded atoms in a covalent bond is same, that is it's a homonuclear, we can say it's homonuclear diatomic molecule, it is non-polar covalent bond. If it is heteronuclear, that is two different atoms, it is polar covalent bond. So we can observe the inductive effect in case of polar covalent bond. Here there is a bond between carbon and chlorine. Here chlorine is highly electronegative. As a result, electron density is slightly moved towards chlorine. As a result, chlorine is going to get negative charge. So it is indicated as delta minus, and So the carbon going to have be a positive charge because electron density is moved towards chlorine. That's why it's going to arrive positive charge. So one important thing here is a electron is not completely transferred towards chlorine. So just electron density is more towards chlorine. Okay, this is inductive effect. So the here, so we can observe that the polarity which is induced in a molecule. Why? Because the electronegativity difference, okay, between carbon and chlorine. Due to electronegativity difference, the polarity is induced in a molecule. As a result, one is going to attain partial positive charge, another is going to arrive so partial negative charge. So this phenomena is called as inductive effect. Okay, so based on the direction of electron movement, so we are classifying inductive effect into two types. One is minus I effect and plus I effect. And so we can observe one more thing here. This inductive effect, okay, so for example, this is the group, okay, which is responsible for, okay, induce the electron towards it. As a result, it's going to attain negative and it's going to attain partial positive charge. But this effect, okay, if you move away from the X here is halogen. If you move away from the halogen, this effect is going to decreases. Okay, it depends on distance. So now let us see positive inductive effect. Okay, you first see this example. Okay, in this example, what G is one group. It is one substituent group. Here, electron density is move away from the group. As a result, it is going to, okay, get partial positive charge. So this is called as positive inductive effect. Okay, this type, why? Because this, I think this G is electron donating group. That's why electron is moving towards carbon. Here carbon is more electronegative than this substituent group G. Okay, that's why it's going to arrive partial positive charge. So this effect in which there are, okay, the polarity is induced in a molecule in which the electron is moved away from the substituent group. As a result, the substituent group going to get positive charge. So this is called as positive inductive effect. Okay, when an atom or group donates electron towards the bond, it acquires partial positive charge. Okay, and this is called as so positive inductive group, and the phenomena is called as plus I effect. Very simple, dear students. Okay, the electron is move away from it. This group, you take this group, electron is moving away from it, and it is going to attain positive. That's why it is called as positive inductive effect. Examples. So examples of such groups are called as, okay, methyl groups, usually alkyl groups. Okay, alkyl group, generally all electron donating groups, so going to show positive inductive effect. Next one is negative inductive effect. You just see this example in which here this is a substituent group. Okay, for example, this is the electron withdrawing group. Okay, fluorine. So due to high electron negativity, electron density is moved towards the substituent group. So because of that, it is going to contain negative charge. So that's why it is called as negative inductive effect. That is, an atom or group of atom attract the electron towards it. As a result, it is going to attain partial positive charge because the electron density is moved towards the substituent group. Because of that, it is going to attain partial negative charge, and this group is called as minus I group, and this phenomenon is called as so minus I effect. So example, if electron withdrawing group attached to hydrocarbon part, usually so these are electron withdrawing group: nitrate, cyanide. Okay, this is carboxylate group and halogen groups. If these groups are attached to an aliphatic carbon system, okay, usually these are attract the electron. As a